you know, any listeners out there, like, be that support for somebody, be that person, be excited for them, because it makes a difference. It has really helped develop me for who I am, as having my family, my kids, my dad and my mom, like, just freaking cheer me on every step of my fitness journey. And so we can all be that person for somebody.
Yeah. Hello, family. Welcome to another episode of the Live, Run, Boundless Show. I'm your host, Kenneth Pinkney. Today, I have the privilege to interview, like I would say, she's a veteran in the endurance athletic world. Actually, since 2000, when she ran her first marathon of 99, has 99 so far in her career. Over 25 first place female finish. Also, she completed a 150-mile race, a 3 100-mile race, and one of the 100-mile race that she recently ran, not mistaken, is Badwater 135 2022, which she set the female course record. I would like to say her bread and butter is being an IRONMAN / IRONWOMAN athlete, which she earned her pro card in 2015. And I competed 26 140.6 full distance triathlons. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So also she established a new course record and one of the double Ironman that she competed in, 281.2 miles. Phew. And the high point of her endurance athlete career so far has been her debut at the USA 2020 Marathon Olympic Trials. So that's pretty good. Also, when she's not running or swimming or on a bike, she is iFIT, am I saying that right, master trainer for iFIT Health and Fitness on a global level and millions of members throughout the world. But most importantly, she is a wife and a mother of 4 kids that keep her grounded. So Live on Balance family, welcome Ashley Paulson to the show, to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Kenneth, for having me. Wow, I appreciate it. Sorry to give you all those numbers. That was a lot of numbers. I can't believe my legs have done that many numbers.
It's all good, though.
No, it's just incredible what the body's capable of when you put your mind to it, you know?
Absolutely. Definitely, you know, so great to have you and just get a chance to know you a little bit more. You know, so yeah, definitely, I want to make you the person you are today. Yeah, so, and we're going to take you back to the year 2000 when you ran your first marathon. And since then, your career like kind of took off in a way you probably didn't expect, or was it something that you are planning on when you first ran your first marathon? Do you have a vision of becoming what you are right now?
Absolutely not. No, I've always loved to move my body. I've loved fitness. Yeah. You know, I'd watch my dad run as a little girl, and I knew something that I wanted in my life. I had no idea it would be at this extent and how much deeper that passion would grow. It's not even, I love it anymore. It's just like, it's a part of me, you know? Just what I wake up and we go out and move our body, my lifestyle. And so when I first did that in my very first marathon, gosh, over 20 years ago, it was more of like, okay, I want to see if I can do what my dad's done. You know, I going to be a one and done type situation, but I was able to get that done and I loved it. It hurt really, really bad. But I knew that I wanted more. And so, I took the next year off because I was pregnant with twins the next year. And from there, I've been running them nonstop ever since. I still love it. It's just so fun towing the line and seeing what my body's capable of every single time with a different goal or different journey, depending on.
So what got you started to want to run your first marathon? Why? What was your why?
My why. I remember when I was 6 years old, I was watching my dad run a marathon. We were about 20, and there's 11 kids, very large family, and we're cheering my dad on through our windows of this van, and just like, go dad, and he looked at us with this look of frustration. He didn't want to, like, he didn't want to hear it. Like, he was just hurting so bad. And I remember at 6 years old being like, oh my gosh, like, why did he decide to do this? Because he was a choice. Nobody forced him to do it. We pay money to go out there and do this. But the most odd question at the time that I thought was, why do I want to see what that feeling is like? And so why would you do it? But why do I want to know what that feels like? My body to that type of limit, that he's hurting, and he decided to do this unintentionally, and ever since then, that's where the seed was planted. And I didn't know when I was going to do it. And so I just turned 19 years old, and I was engaged to my husband, and I decided to do the St. George Marathon. And just was inspired by my dad. I just wanted to see if I could do it. Sisters had done it. One of them had, two of my brothers. And so I'm like, why not me? If they can, I can do it too. And so I went out there and to see what I could do. And it's all been an amazing journey since then.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. When you had your first book, when you had your first taste of it, you want some more.
It's like, you can, like, it was one and done. For me, it's like, just like a little bit of sugar. No, I want a spoonful. I want more.
So just competing your first marathon, how do you feel? You feel was it like you felt miserable? You said like, I don't want to do it anymore? You say you just had to do it again?
Oh, I had so much fun. I was actually able to run it with my older sister, Tracy.
Oh, nice.
We stayed together the entire time. She'd already run one marathon before. So she was joining me for my first. And we staying together. She just made it, just having her there was an example to me. And last, I really did. I do remember hating it at all. I remember it hurt. I remember being like, oh my gosh, I hate this. When is this going to be over? So right away, it was a love relationship with that distance.
Okay. So marathon with your calling card, I might say, so do a 99, or to span 20 years is pretty good.
I think I'm a little addicted to it, right?
Just a little bit, just a little bit. So you went from running marathons to competing in Ironman and triathlons. So what inspired you to take on that challenge of becoming a pro triathlete?
I did start with the running, and I started at the distance. And so what happened at that point is I was teaching quite a few fitness classes. I've been a fitness instructor for 20 plus years, and everything high impact. And I remember getting injured again, but I didn't want to stop, you know how it's like, right? You love it so much, even though our body's screaming at us to do something else. It was like, no, I gotta run. I gotta get miles. I gotta run every day. And finally, my body said, no, you're done. And my feet had stress fractures, and so I had to get into the, so I was running. I was sidelined, and so I had to find something else to get that little fix, And that's when I decided to get in the pool. And oh my gosh, Kenneth. I do not have swimming skills. I did not, and I still, it's a challenge, but I loved it. It was such a challenge. And I've been teaching cycling classes for years and years. And like, hey, maybe I need to incorporate this. There's way less impact. And it's so good on my body that I remember trying my very first triathlon after my third child was born.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. Like, instead of just crossing the finish line one time, it was like I was finish line 3 times, you know, getting done. Everyone's cheering, you know, getting done with the bike, everyone's cheering, and then you get done with the run, you know, like 3 finish lines. And it was so much less impact on my body that it was something I needed to do. It's just too many miles, too much impact. And I'm so grateful I found that route because it just kind of tied into everything. All of my fitness that I've been teaching, that endurance, help build up that endurance so that I'm able to go do an Ironman. My knew how to deal with that type of a load, you know, teaching 4 or 5 classes a day, you know, going training 4 to 5 hours. It just transitioned over, and really great transition. And I haven't been injured.
Oh, nice.
Started triathlon.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Pretty good. That's pretty many miles as I'm doing. I really feel like it saved my body.
So when did you start when did you started triathlon?
I did my very first Ironman in 2010. The St. George Ironman. I had done a couple little shorter distances 2 years before that, but only like 1 or 2. I'm an endurance junkie. I love to go far and long. So I done like 1 sprint, 1 Olympic, and 1 half, and then I went to a full Ironman in 2010. And it wasn't a pretty picture. I was puking my gut out. I had no idea what I was doing, and but you know, that's part of the journey, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
We learn what we need to eat or to eat, because gosh, I didn't eat my first Ironman. Like seriously, like no calories until mile 7 bike, and I'm like, maybe I should have some licorice, you know? And so you just learn, and it was so fun to learn, and this sounds crazy. You know the feeling. You're a runner. It felt good to like push my body to a different limit. And even though I was puking my guts out on that, I get done. I'm like, I know I'm capable of more. So when can I do it again? Even though it was so dang hard, you know? So that's just where my mind was at. And I was like, when's the next one? When can we do it?
Yeah, definitely, you know, you feel terrible at the moment, you know, you puke and all that, you know, but you want to just go back at it again, you know. And yes, that's definitely, it is something that in a person, you know, in us to want to do that, and to go do the punishment, you know, but willing to go back out to want to do it again.
Exactly.
And so, so going back to the punishment of the Suffer Fest of Badwater 135 and set a new female course wet record. Was it your first time running in that race?
That was my very first time ever doing that distance.
Wow. Why? So why did you Badwater 135? Okay,
so the little backstory on Badwater. I've lived in the desert for a lot of years. Utah, it gets hot. It's pretty similar to Badwater. We're maybe like 10 degrees difference. I've lived here on and off since 2000, and I was always that girl that, you know, I'd get my swimming done and my biking done, and then you would see me running at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when it was 110, 115, like crazy child. Like, what is with you? But I'm like, well, this is the time we run in an Ironman, and I loved that heat. It was hard, but I loved the heat. I'd so much rather be hot than cold and bring on the heat. And I found out there was an actual race. My sister told me, the same one that I with. She's like, there's actually a race that they run really, really far, and it's really hot, and it's Badwater. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And this was forever ago, 10 years ago or something. When I do my first 100 miler plus, that's my first one. And not knowing you needed to, I didn't know the rules. I didn't know I was going into Badwater. But I said, when I do that, that when I'm done like doing triathlon and this distance when I get a little older. And obviously you need to apply for Badwater. You've got, put in a resume and you've got to have hours under your belt. So it couldn't be my first.
Okay.
So I got my 3 100s just so that I could apply for Badwater. The only reason I did 3 100 milers because I wanted to see how far I can go. For one, it's a road junkie, and it's hot, and I love heat. And so, I mean, I like the trails. Don't get me wrong.
That's cool.
Yeah, but the road is where my speed is and where most of my stuff happens. And like maybe I could be actually good at this race. We'll see. And getting out there, oh, Kenneth, it was everything I imagined. Like it was hot. It was, the energy and like starting at 11 p.m. It was 100 at 11 p.m.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. I was ecstatic to be there. I was super nervous. I didn't know what to expect. And but I had such an amazing crew. I had such
I saw that.
Everything. Yeah, I'm sure you saw my team, everything. That event. And they kept me right onto my nutrition. They kept me cool as I could be. And 100+ degrees. But I think what really helped, Kenneth, with that win and that course record, we had kind of dialed in some of the numbers that if I felt good, if I could pass that second big hill, 3 big hills, and if I get past that second big one before the heat of the day, I'd be in really good shape. So that, like, I had to chip away little goals. Because at 135 miles, that's a lot.
Yes.
It messes with your head a little, and so I had to break it up in 2 hours. And a big goal, if we can get there before the heat of the day on the second big hill. Let's see how the body feels. And I didn't deal with the heavy winds that the other athletes dealt with, because there was some pretty heavy winds that came in. A lot more heat. I had already passed those areas. So the top 3 people, I think even the 4th person, the one right behind me, got some harder winds and hotter temperatures that they needed to deal with. And so avoiding that, I feel really, or getting up there at that pace really played a big part in that course record. So just breaking down the course the way we did was awesome.
All right, so I guess you timed it just right with that wind factor. So you see that wind was a big issue for a lot of competitors that was running the race, and so but you were able to like bypass that wind. I'm not mistaken.
It was wind that happened because I didn't hear about it until after the race, and I was like, it wasn't that windy. Complaining about the wind, I was like, it wasn't that bad. I mean, there was some, but and I heard that the top 3 athletes had already area, and so I was able to avoid that with the pace that I felt.
So saying that course record, if you were to get caught up into that wind factor, you think that want to impact you setting the course record?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's gonna more and high temperatures, of course, it's going to fatigue you more. And so the way we laid the plan out, really, it worked out really well. I would have no idea that there was going to be those winds, but we were able to bypass. I feel like that's a huge win on our end to get to that second hill before all that hit.
But do you expect it to set a course record? You were looking into a finish in the top 3, top 5. Do you expect it?
No, not at all. Going into it, I was hoping for like a sub 30 was okay. 30, I'm like, okay, that's a great goal. I thought maybe I'd be more around that 27, 28. time, which I knew the course record. I knew it could win the race, but it hasn't always won the race. And I kind of go into my mindset when I race. I go out there and race. I race my body.
Yeah.
For wherever that places me on the podium or not on the podium, that's okay, as long as I'm chipping away at my own personal time goal. So yeah, I didn't go into it thinking I was going to win. I knew there was a chance. Never did I think I was going to get a course record. No, I feel what really played in my favor though was obviously beating that big heat. And I'm a hill junkie. I love hills. And so I was actually able to get up those 3 big hills way faster than I had even anticipated. And so I didn't put that into, and that's where I was able to really make up time and get some good distance on my competitors was on the hills, not on the flats, not on the downhills, because I love the hills. I teach on a Nordic track treadmill. I was teaching 3 or 4 times a day classes with hills up to 40%. And so I feel like that played a great part of my was all of my classes that I've taught with iFIT on Nordic track treadmills. That was a daily thing for me. Living in Florida, there's no hills, but like treadmill. That was probably 99% of my elevation was on a treadmill because South Florida has nothing. So thank goodness for a treadmill.
Oh, wow. So you done most of your training while you was in Florida, no hills, but the Nordic treadmill, we did all your hill training majority. That kind of helped you out with Badwater.
I was teaching fitness classes like 12 classes a week. And I mean, I would take my athletes up to 40% on a lot of these classes. And, so I feel like that really played a great part to my fitness was these iFIT classes,
Yeah.
It all translates over. So it was good.
Oh, that's great. Running in running hills on trail mill kind of help you with the hills at Badwater.
Yeah, 100%, right?
Oh man, that's crazy. Oh man, that's cool. Yeah. So let me talk about your day job as an iFIT master's trainer and the service you bring to others through fitness. Tell me a little bit about that life, about iFIT, getting started in that, and just how you started to who you are right now, being a trainer.
I've been teaching fitness classes since I was about 20 years old. Right when kids were born, I went into fitness classes, and right away I knew this was a calling. Like I love fitness so much, and people can feel that. I think people can really tell when you're out there to share a passion or to get your workout in. And really am passionate about it, and I love helping people reach their goals. And so iFIT contacted me in 2018 and told me about their platform, and I actually almost hung up on them. I thought it was a prank phone call because I'm like, there is no way you're gonna pay me to travel the world and record fitness classes for people. That just seems like way too good to be true, right?
Yeah.
I know. I still am pitching myself because this is my job, and they somehow, I don't even know how they convinced me that they were not prank calling me, and I realized really quickly that it wasn't just a fitness platform. That there's so much more to iFIT. We actually, instead of just giving them fitness, which is really important, we're actually giving them an experience as well. We're able to take them to Mount Fuji. We're take them to Boston Marathon to feel what that's like in the comfort of their own home, especially during COVID. It was help people, and to be a part of something like that is incredible.
Okay.
It's just incredible that I can share my passion in this form, and with people all over the world, and take them.
That's amazing.
iFIT, we keep it an experience. And special. I think it's very unique.
Yeah. So anybody, what kind of feedback they're like on social media, the people that you help out, work with, had they like reply back to you, in any kind of way, or just, I don't know, just out of gratitude, or kind of like, do you get like any feedback from people that you help out?
Definitely. It's been really special, Kenneth. Like some of the messages that we receive as fitness trainers, even just when I used to teach at like a gym or something locally, but helping people really have their life change through fitness. Not that you need to be a specific size or weight to have a good life, but they feel so much better. And that's what I try to share them. Like, get those numbers out of your head and remember how you feel. Don't better when you move. And the things that they've shared with me, I mean, just we had an athlete that actually was involved in the Boston Marathon bombing, and she lost her leg. And she reached out to me about a year ago. Like, actually, it was incredible to actually be able to do the Boston Marathon on my prosthetic leg, on my treadmill, and be like a part of that. And it was like, oh my gosh, chills, like crazy. People that never thought that they would be able to do something, and now they're able to experience it. That's my favorite that I get from athletes that reach out to me. I call them my athletes. You get it?
Yeah.
Right? When they reach out to me saying, I never thought I could. But, and then everything that they've done. And you know what? They've put in all the work. They've put in the effort, but just to be a small part of that with them, it's absolutely incredible. Getting these messages has legit changed my life. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to have a body that's strong enough to share this and help others.
And that would keep you doing what you're doing, when you see that feedback from people, for your athlete that you helping out, and just and being part of the journey.
Definitely. If that's just addicting, is like crossing a finish line. It's such a high to feel that you are helpful. You have helped somebody. There's nothing like that, I'm able to do both. I'm able to race hard, and I'm also able to share that in a different way by helping people reach their goals as well.
That's beautiful. Since your fitness journey, since 2000, you got your fitness journey and running, or your running journey, what have been your toughest hill of life you had to overcome and get you to become the person you are today?
I think the toughest part of this journey has definitely been what happened in 2015, when I was actually tested positive for a banned substance in my system. And you saw that they sent me a letter saying that I was suspended 4 years from racing. And I was in shock. I had no idea, for one, that what was in my body. I couldn't even pronounce what they said was in my body. And then to have that taken away from me, like, wait, you can't even race a local 5K for 4 years. And so right away I was reaching out, like I called USADA. I was like, hey, I don't know what this is. And they were able to help guide me in a direction. They're like, hey, if this is truly that you didn't know, we can help with this. And they helped me find like the labs and stuff to prove that it was cross-contaminated. So it was a banned supplement in something I was taking that wasn't on the label. And I, you know, so that people get confused by that. Like, how could that possibly happen? If, you know, people think that you get stuff like this on like the black market or, you know, all the time, or how do you know you're not shooting something with your arm? And I'm like, that's not how banned substances work. It's and what was in my body was actually called Ostrin, and you can get Ostrin anywhere. You can get it at NC, you can get it at like Good Earth, you can get it at so many things, but as we're not allowed to have that in our system or as a competitor, but it doesn't make it illegal. People can take it, you just can't race with it in your system. And so it was cross-contaminated. As they cleaned out the system, they didn't get it out good enough. So the product I was taking, it had some in it, and positive. But since I was able to prove that it was not intentional, it USADA they've dealt with stuff like this before. My sentence they cut from a 4-year to a 6-month sentence because it wasn't. They've got to slap your hand, and they also have to be public. And that is when it really was hard, is when that was made public, because right away people don't try to understand how this could happen. They just slap people and put cheater, you know, you know, she's using like, you know, they don't try to understand how this happened and that it does actually happen. And so, but USADA's not dumb. They're not just going to let me go to the sport if I wasn't able to prove that. And I feel like all of that, it made me pull back, and I announced it. My 6 months was almost over. And I remember telling my husband, I'm like, I don't know that I want to race. I was signed up for my next event, you know, my event after this whole thing. And it was it announced, and it was ugly, Kenneth. Like, people were very, and my husband was like, listen, do you race for them or do you race for you? Do you race, need them praising you? And yes, people are going to think you cheated and you change their mind, but you know you didn't cheat. You know what was right. And he's the one who got me out there to that start line again, because I don't know that I would have done it. Why I race, and the reason I race is not for people. The reason I race is for me. And now that I'm able to race, so much more grateful for it. It was amazing if taken away from you. How much more grateful you are when you're able to do it again, right? And so, and that keeps me grounded anytime something like that does come up. And it constantly, even after Badwater, there was quite a bit of that in the air that I did.
I saw that kind of come up, you know, with that. And again, you don't know what somebody going through, let you be in their shoes. You know, we see this from afar, and we can speculate on things, you know. And so, go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh wait, that's okay. It's okay. You know, take your time. Yeah.
It's really hard when people don't understand. Goodness, my.
We can edit.
I've been dealing with this cough.
Oh, no worries.
Oh, now my eyes are watering.
Okay. It's okay.
Chug. So yeah, that was, I feel like that was a big growth. a big learning experience for me too, though, to remember those reasons. And I can never go back on that.
Yeah.
No matter what people say, I'm out there for me because and I'm not gonna let anybody change that.
Yeah, definitely. And then you gotta continue to do you, do what you love, and so, and it's just life, Yeah. You're gonna make it too? Okay, I got you. No worries. Yeah, it kind of build character, going through stuff, going through like situation, trials or hills in life, Yeah, so how we able to overcome it, Yeah, despite of, yeah. So, but yeah,
Definitely made me a stronger athlete for it. It definitely made me a stronger person for it.
Yeah.
Dealing with naysayers, dealing with people that legit hate me, like, and they've never even, but they just assume the word. And unfortunate, but it happens. It happens to everybody. Like, as they start succeeding, there's always going to be somebody that wants to take you down. But luckily, I'm surrounded by so many people that build me up.
Yes.
My husband and people like you that are excited about this journey. And I don't think the naysayers are going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I have to learn to accept that.
Yes.
Not let it take me down.
Absolutely.
Not let it like break my spirits. The hardest part with Badwater, with the naysayers that were saying that I cheated or that I cut first and all this stuff. We need to see all these like all my numbers and stuff, which was fun. They wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Take your time.
Just when I think I'm good. I just didn't like the reason why. The hardest part with that was they were blaming my team too. I'm gonna get this under control.
Yeah. That's okay.
Wow.
You good?
I've been coughing like this all day, but then.
Sorry to hear that.
But yeah, so they were blaming my.
Okay. Do you?
I'm good. For a second, when they started accusing my teammates of cheating, I was like, "Whoa, you've gone too far." Like, I've called the cheater. I've been called all this stuff, but then they were saying that they were cheating. I was like, now you've gone too far. I can deal with hate, but they shouldn't have to. So once that all was taken care of, it was quite a relief. But I think it's really hard for me to have my friends be called the cheaters, because they were like, "Oh my gosh, what did we do?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry that I brought you into this ugly side of my world."
Wow.
Were amazing through it. They were so good.
That's great. Yeah. I'm glad you're able to make it to it, Yeah, so definitely we're gonna get support, having support of your friends and family. But what brought you the greatest joy so far in your running journey?
The greatest joy
so far, if you can pick one.
Gosh, that's hard.
I know.
I love that my kids have seen these highs and these lows. That I love it. Yes, and even the lows, like, because they've seen me crying in a corner and from haters, but they've also seen me like on the highest of high from a win or from a race that's well. And I love that it's taught them to fight.
Okay.
just, you know, me doing what I do. And that's taught them to fight. I've loved that, that I'm able to be that example for them. Good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all out there. No matter in this world, I don't care if they ever race. I don't care. I would like them to, obviously, it'd be fun. But I think the greatest joy is the example that I've been able to be for my kids, and them watching all of this unfold, the ugly, really ugly, but then the goods have been so good. And they've learned from that, from my 21-year-olds. They're seeing this journey, and they're so proud of me, which is awesome. Cute. Like, super excited to watch their mom race. And that's been my greatest joy, is having my family involved in it. My husband, at like, I mean, 99% of my races, he's there, whether it's a big small one, he's there cheering for me, just, you know, encouraging me to dig deeper, and knowing that I can do it when I don't know that I can do it, you know? So that's the biggest joy, is watching all of that, like, together as a family, getting through this together.
That's wonderful. And I was going to get to that, how you have your family supporting you in your career, and what does it mean for you to have support of all your family pursuing your goals. You know, I see your husband out there with you, and, you know, it's like you're bringing lots of energy with him also, you know. So to have support your family there while you're doing what you do and pursuing your goals, what does it mean for you to have that support from them?
I wouldn't, I mean, this is going to sound cliche, like, I wouldn't be that without that support. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't want to. I don't want to be doing this if he doesn't like me doing this. Like, not that I have to follow his plan, but having him love what I do, and having him so excited to see, like, his excitement is everything. I don't know if you've seen videos or whatever, but he is in it. He's in it. He's not like, you know, running it with me, but he is there. That's huge, because that's like, oh my gosh, I got to work harder, because I don't want to disappoint. Like, just, even though he's not going to be disappointed if I don't get the goals, but I love seeing how excited he gets. And if I had a significant other that wasn't as excited, I think I would get burnt out, and it wouldn't be near as fun. It's so much somebody like pumped up, just as pumped up, you know. Really do feel for the people that don't have that support system like I do. So, you know, any listeners out there, like, be that support for somebody, be that person, be excited for them, because it makes a difference. It has really helped develop me for who I am, is having my family, my kids, my dad and my mom, like, just freaking cheer me on every step of my fitness journey. And so we can all be that person for somebody.
Definitely. Shout out to Matt. Definitely.
Yes, go Matt.
That's awesome. I love it. What have running and fitness taught you in life?
It's taught me to fight. It's believe. Taught me that we are so much more than we think we are. Like, we are capable of so much more. Just think that your body is done. There's still more there. And we just need to believe in it. We need to tap to it, and do it consistently, and get through those harder days. It's helped me in aspects of my life. You know, just even educationally, it's like, okay, I'm feeling this way, but you can relate fitness with so many things. You can relate a marathon with so many things, the ebbs and the flows. You can relate to life. Like, we go through the ebbs and flows of life. Just remember, you're going to feel better soon. And it's been an incredible thing to make this my career. And to continue to support myself with how much from fitness.
Yeah, it's great you do something where you enjoy doing, you're passionate about, you know, we were running fitness and able to have it as a job at the same time, you know, in teaching fitness to others. And what oh, how beautiful, how great is that?
That's how I feel so blessed that
Yeah.
I really, like I said earlier, I feel like this is teaching fitness, coaching fitness is a calling for me.
Yeah.
Because the passion hasn't gone, it's only blossomed even more. Like people think that have said anyway, they're like, oh, you'll burn out of it, you'll burn out of it. I've been for 20 plus years and I love it more than ever before.
There you go. There you go. Definitely. So are you still stuck on 99 marathons?
Am I still at 99?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have 100 coming up.
Okay, when's that?
100 is actually going to be, you got to know, remember my first marathon?
Yeah.
First marathon was #1 in 2000. The number 100 is going to also be St. George Marathon. I'm going to run just like I did on my first one.
Okay.
And so St. George holds a special place in my heart. It's not like one of the big 6 marathons, you know, people are like, oh, go to London.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but it's something that gets me excited and giddy.
Okay.
It's my town.
Yes.
St. George, and it was my first. It's definitely not going to be my last 100, not the end, but I definitely want St. George to be my 100th marathon.
No, if that what it means to you, is it doesn't matter where it's at. If that your heart, you know, and that what word I would use for that, you know.
Yeah.
If it holds something special to you running there, hey, you know, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
Like a Boston or whatever for it to be special. This really holds a special place in my heart.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Now, I'm St. George. I hear St. George. I've been here. It's a beautiful place too.
Oh, it is. It is so pretty. If you ever get a chance to come out here, it's gorgeous.
Okay. And when's that race? When it's going to be?
It's October 1st.
October the 1st. Okay, then.
That's so 6 weeks away.
Okay, cool. Getting closer.
I think, is it 6? No, maybe it's 8. I don't know.
Okay. They're coming up. Okay. So boundless. You know, I tell you, ask you to think about it for a little bit. So what are your boundless motivation and thoughts in a few words?
It's my motivation and thoughts.
Yeah, your boundless motivation.
Boundless motivation thoughts. Get out there. Try. It's going to be hard. We can choose our hard. Choose the hard that is going to ignite the fire and get you so excited. It's hard to sit on the couch. It's going to be hard to get out the door. Hard and make it.
Okay. So choose your hard. You know.
That's been my go-to lately. Choose your hard.
Okay.
To push it really hard out there on race day.
Yeah.
Choose to be disappointed the next day, and that's hard too. I don't like to be disappointed.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so how has choosing your hard helped you? You know, and for being boundless.
You know, just going back to my last race, Badwater race.
Yeah.
That last 15 miles was definitely the hardest physical and mental thing I have ever done. I had to break it up mile by mile. I had to break it up for me by the minute so that I could get my brain wrapped around what I was doing. And what I was doing was so intense, and I just wanted to be, I wanted to slow down. I didn't want to quit. I just wanted to slow down. And he's like, listen, he's like, this hill is not going anywhere. You've got to get over it. So one or the other, we might as well get it done faster. And in my head, I was like, hey, this is really, really hard right now, but I know tomorrow morning I'm going to be so mad at myself if I don't push right now. So choose my heart. It's going to be hard right now, or it's going to be hard tomorrow morning when I wake up disappointed. So right now, bring it on. I'm going to attack this mile. And, you know, I can't think about the next mile right now, but I'm going to attack this mile right now. And choosing that heart in that moment helped me so much get through those last 13 miles that I couldn't wrap my brain around doing at the pace he said to do to break that course record. But I chose to be in that moment, and I chose to push hard in that moment and every minute of those last 13 miles.
Cool. Oh, I love that. You know, you should make decisions, choose hard to get through the last 13 miles, 1 mile at a time, and then choose a hard, and that way kind of help you out to, like, you know, to finish, also to, you know, break your record, and probably didn't expect it. But
no, at all. I had no idea I was even close until about 50 miles to the end. My husband's like, listen, you have a chance to break the record. You can stay where you're at right now at this pace, or you can push a little bit harder, a lot harder, and break that record.
Okay.
What do you have to lose? So I'm gonna try. And it worked out. The way he ordered it was absolutely perfect for me.
That's awesome. Love it. But thank you so much for sharing that, and just thank you for your time.
Of course.
Yes. And hopefully, you know, we could do it again. Hopefully next time, in person, maybe. Who, you know.
That's bad.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely. And so, but thank you for joining me at the Live Run Balance family today. So people want to reach out to you, connect with you. How could they do that?
You know, through Instagram is typically where I'm at. I have not gotten to the whole TikTok world yet, and I'm not on Facebook very often. So Instagram is where I'm at, and it's Ashkicken, ASHKICKN. Reach out. Let's let's sign up for a race together. Let's get out there and challenge our bodies, and just to move. Heck, it doesn't be a race. Just get out there. So I love to hear from you guys.
Awesome. Great. Good stuff. Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you, Live Run Balance family, for joining me again for another episode of Live Run Balance Show. Live a life beyond the boundary that you set on yourself. Ashley have shown she lived beyond her boundaries. She's been doing it since 2000. Do things that she really didn't expect it, rather running 99 marathons and more to come, or doing the iFIT training that she does, and just really is breaking course records. So she have been going beyond the boundaries that, you know, that other people may set on her also at the same time, and learn to overcome the boundary that been set on her for other people, and just continue moving forward and do great things. So thank you for that example. And I look forward to connecting to you again soon. And thank you, Live Run Balance family. Until next time. See everybody soon.